Hey everybody, it's Tony with Big T Bariatric and I'm back at you with another video, and today we're going to do another absurd fat acceptance cringe compilation. You guys love these things, and so I thought I'd throw together another few videos and react to them and see how it goes. But before we get into that, if you could do me a huge favor, look down below and see if you're subscribed to my channel, and if you're not, hit that button for me. I greatly appreciate it. Let's help get this thing to 10,000 subscribers. We are moving along. We are almost there. Leave a like, leave a comment, get the algorithm juices flowing. I appreciate it. I love you guys. And now let's go on to the video.
You want to know why fat people don't go to the doctor when they need to? So I'm a total klutz. And Tuesday night, I hit my foot on my bed frame hard enough to make my toe swell and bleed and bruise to the point where I thought I might have broken it. So by Thursday, it's become clear I need to make sure that it's not broken and that I don't need a boot because I am on my feet a lot running around after kids from my job. So I go to the urgent care and the front desk people are amazing and nice. The doctor is super sweet. The nurse that takes me back and does my vitals is super sweet. And the doctor comes in and says that she's going to send me upstairs to get x-rays to make sure that my big toe is not broken.
I just wanted to pause it right here for a quick moment because it's not every day that you hear a fat acceptance creator praising the medical care that she got. It seems like all these fat activists are always just railing on doctors because all they want to talk about is their weight loss. This doctor didn't even bring it up. The nurses didn't bring it up. Nobody brought up the fact that she's overweight. They treated her broken toe. They were sending her up to get an x-ray. So if you're one of those fat people who says, well, I don't want to go to the doctor because all they're going to talk about is my weight, that's not the way it works, and this proves it right here. If you come in with a broken arm, then they're going to care about your broken arm and treat that. If you come in with some sort of disease, then they're going to treat that. But if there's something that you're dealing with that pertains to you being overweight and can be alleviated with weight loss, then yeah, your doctor's probably going to mention that. So no, you should not be avoiding the doctor because you're afraid of that, hey, you need to lose weight speech.
Because at this point, she has said herself that it looks like it is probably broken. So I'm sitting there for like an hour waiting for the x-ray to come. The nurse comes to get me and looks at me and sighs and rolls her eyes. And to be fair, I'm not really sure what that's about. So I smile and say, oh, are you here to take me to x-ray? To which she really says, yes, let me get you a wheelchair. And anyone else who is fat knows that is where her attitude was coming from. She did not want to push a fat person in a wheelchair. And honestly, fair enough, whatever. I then offered to walk to the x-ray, take the elevator upstairs myself, to which she rolls her eyes again and asks how I could do that if I think my toe is broken. I explained that I have already been on my feet all morning for my morning shift at my job and that walking upstairs down the hall is not going to make anything worse. She sighs again and rudely tells me that I need to have a wheelchair and goes to get it. So at this point, I have offered her an option to not have to push me in the wheelchair because I get it. I am fat. You might not want to push me in a wheelchair. And she has told me that I can't. And then the whole way up, she's sighing and making rude comments while pushing me in this wheelchair. So yeah, at that point, everyone else is super nice. And thankfully, my toe was not broken. But I will never go to that urgent care again. And I'm mortified. And that, my friends, is why fat people don't go to doctors even when they need to. Because we are treated like shit.
So this is something that's actually happened to me before. I remember I went to the emergency room because I was having extreme gallbladder pains. And it was so bad I couldn't even walk. I was doubled over in pain. So I was in a wheelchair. And when it became my time to go in and get my vitals checked and then go to my room, like the nurse came down. He was a male nurse who was assigned to wheel me in to get my vitals. And I just saw the pure attitude on his face. He rolled his eyes. He did not want to do this. I even heard him mutter, oh, great, under his breath. Is that embarrassing? Absolutely, that's embarrassing. I didn't like being treated that way. And maybe he probably should have had more professionalism. Can we actually blame nurses, though, for not wanting to push fat people through a hospital? Like, it's a very, very difficult thing to do, even on wheels. It can hurt them. They can throw their backs out trying to push our weight. It's not an easy thing to do. And they probably do it quite a bit. They probably get a lot of obese patients. I just saw on this creator's TikTok that she just turned 30 years old not too long ago. So guess what? things are going to start getting really interesting in your life. You're going to start spending way more time in the doctor's office than you ever did in your 20s, especially the closer to 40 that you get. So if this was an embarrassing encounter, just wait until next time when you're heavier. Wait until next time when you start getting more and more complications due to your obesity that you didn't foresee happening because you were fine in your 20s. But now that you're in your 30s, all bets are off. Your body's going to start breaking down. You're going to be in a lot more pain than you ever thought necessary. So here's a tip from me to you. If you want to spare this embarrassment, then maybe you should do something about your weight right now. Because you act like it's the nurse's fault. You act like it's the medical professional's fault. You act like it's everybody else's fault. It's society's fault for treating you this way. When you could avoid all of that by, guess what? Losing weight and not being overweight to begin with.
Body positivity has encouraged so many people of all sizes to feel comfortable in their bodies, which is obviously positive. We all deserve to feel respected and have dignity. But I'd like for us to admit that straight-sized bodies look to be more and more represented in this space at the expense of seeing other body types, like the fat bodies that was originally created to center and advocate for. So here I am to take up space in this movement, a cleanse for your body positivity feed, if you will, showing off my belly, my back rolls, my thighs, physical features I'm oppressed for, vilified for, and hated for. I am body positive.
I don't understand why fat positive creators like this talk about respect and dignity, because it's very clear and obvious that they don't respect themselves and they don't treat themselves with dignity. They treat themselves like garbage. They eat all this tremendous amounts of food, they gain tons of weight, and then they go on and they share videos of themselves with their bellies hanging out and say, oh, this is positivity, this is wonderful, I'm treating myself with respect. I deserve to be respected. I deserve to be treated with dignity. Of course, all human beings do, but you're the one who is treating yourself like garbage. You don't really see it. You don't really realize it because you're just all caught up in this positivity movement and thinking everything's fine. When you talk about the number of smaller bodies out there that's not representative of the community or whatever nonsense you're going on about, maybe you should treat yourself with a little bit of respect. Maybe you should treat yourself with a little bit of dignity. Maybe you should stop harming yourself with food because that's exactly what you're doing. You're harming yourself with food. And then you're convincing other people to harm themselves with food by saying that it's okay to be overweight. You can be positive about yourself. But guess what? There's nothing comfortable about being obese. There's nothing comfortable about it whatsoever. Deep down inside, you know you do not like the way that you look. You do not like the way that you feel. You don't like being out of breath so easy. You don't like the difficulties that come with obesity. If you were comfortable in your body, you wouldn't need to get online and force it. You wouldn't need to get online in your bikinis and your swimsuits with everything hanging out, acting like everything's cool and you're all positive with yourself. No, you're putting this content out there because you're not comfortable, you're not happy, and you're trying to force society to go along with your nonsense. But guess what? I'm not going to do it. You are not respecting yourself. You have no dignity for yourself whatsoever, so why should anybody else respect you or have dignity towards you? You treat yourself like garbage, and then you expect everybody else to fall in line behind you and treat you like a queen, like you're this awesome fat princess. But guess what? We're not going to do it because we know what you're doing to yourself. You are harming yourself, and it's time for you to wake up.
Hello, doctor. I'm a fat woman and need some care. Okay, and why are you here today? Well, doctor, as you can see, my arm is broken, and also I'm currently on fire. Shh, she doesn't know I know this hack. Oh, okay, yes. Have you tried losing weight?
See, we just covered this a few clips ago. You know, if you go to the doctor's office and you have a broken toe or a broken arm, or you're on fire, which is in her example here, then your doctor is going to treat those things. Your doctor cares about you. Your doctor wants you to be happy and healthy. So if you just go in for a regular routine checkup and you're massively overweight, then yeah, your doctor might mention something to you about your weight, because it's probably also very obvious to your doctor that you're starting to show signs of complications of obesity. Maybe your blood pressure is higher than it needs to be. Maybe your liver enzymes are higher than they need to be. Maybe you're showing some sort of complication. By the time you get to the point where the fat is hanging off of you to that degree, it's already suffocating your organs. because that's where fat stores first. It stores around your organs before it even starts showing that it's hanging off of you. So once you get to that point, your body's already suffocating. Your lungs are suffocating. Your kidneys are struggling. Your liver is struggling. So your doctor knows these things. And so if you're going for a routine checkup and your doctor notices that you are getting obese there, that you're getting large, and there are complications as a result of that, yes, your doctor is going to submit to you, hey, maybe you should go on a diet. And your doctor isn't just going to leave you hanging. They're going to maybe offer you a diet plan, which is something that I've had offered to me by every doctor I've ever had. Here's an eating plan. Why don't you try eating a little bit this way and less that way? And then you get to a point where you're just so overweight that there's nothing left your doctor can do but try to advocate for you to get weight loss surgery or get involved with a dietitian or something. But there are ways that you can help yourself here.
So I don't know if y'all have been paying attention to the signs, but like we are re-entering a thin is in era, and it's fucking with me real bad. I feel like around like maybe 2017, 2018, I started to like finally develop this critical lens of like anti-fatness as it operates within our society. And at that time, I entered into what felt like this very niche group of the population that was like, you know what? We're fat and we're going to be fat. We are going to like acknowledge all of the evidence, not even just empirical evidence that diets don't work, but also like anecdotal evidence. Like you can just kind of look around and kind of see that like there's something off with this dieting thing. Like there's something that's not right. If all it takes is calories in and out, or if all it takes is getting the right, macros, or going to the gym, or, eating the right way, if that's all it takes, then why is it so difficult for everybody to not only lose weight, but to also keep it off in a sustainable way? Like, why is it that every single time someone loses a significant amount of weight and life happens to them, and I mean like life shit, like somebody goes through a divorce, somebody has a baby, someone gets an injury, why is it that every time some life shit happens, they gain the weight right back?
That's not because diets don't work. Because if you stay on a diet long enough, you're going to lose weight. And if you stick with new eating habits instead of calling it a diet, then you're going to sustain that weight loss for a very long time. I know plenty of people who are able to lose weight and then keep that weight off for the rest of their lives. It's very, very possible. But a lot of people are dealing with mental issues, and so when something bad happens in their life, they run to whatever chemical they're addicted to, whether it's drugs, whether it's alcohol, whether it's food, whether it's sex. Like they run to that because they want to feel good, and they know that they can feel good by certain things. So if you had a food addiction before and you were able to lose weight, that proves that diets work because you lost weight. But as soon as life happened and then you started getting all caught up in your feelings, then you ran back to that chemical because it made you feel good. That doesn't mean diets don't work. That doesn't mean calories in, calories out doesn't work, because that absolutely proves that it works. But it also proves what I've been saying for a very long time on this channel, that a lot of it is mental. It's not physical. It's not physical, it's mental. So if you're struggling to lose weight and you're on a diet and you're failing and you're failing and failing, what it took for me to lose weight was actually getting into a program where there was counseling, where there was therapy, where there was a dietitian, where there was accountability. And a lot of people don't do that when they try to lose weight. They just jump into a diet. They don't do any research on it. They hear about this diet on Oprah or something, and so they jump into it without doing any kind of research, without looking into it. They buy this product or they buy that product, and it doesn't end up working for them because they don't keep up with it. I've said on this channel too that any diet that involves a caloric deficit is going to work for you. It doesn't matter what kind of fad diet it is. Not all diets are equal. Some are less sustainable than others. I advocate for keto. Like, I think that it's a great way to lose weight, but I understand that it's not sustainable for everybody because carbs are in everything. And it's so difficult to have a diet where you eat no bread, no pasta, no potatoes, nothing that's starchy. Like, I understand how difficult that is. You're going to have to do some research. You're going to have to see what works for you. You're going to have to try and keep trying. But anything with a caloric deficit is going to work. You're going to have stalls. You're going to have struggles. It's not always going to be a linear weight loss loss straight down, it's like a stair step. You're gonna struggle for a little bit, then it goes down. Then you're gonna struggle for a little bit, then it goes down. And people just keep giving up on it because mentally they're addicted to food. This isn't about the diet industry. This is about the food industry. They are pumping sugar into everything to get you addicted to it, and then you are gonna blame the diet industry because people aren't losing weight? Are you kidding me? This is proof that people are addicted to sugar, and then when things start getting messed up in their lives, they run back to that chemical addiction. It's all about mental issues. Stop blaming the diet industry. The diet industry isn't perfect. No, it's not perfect. There are some sharks out there. There are absolutely some predators out there, but for the most part, they're trying to create a solution for a problem. And if you do anything with a caloric deficit and you stick to it and you work out, you're going to lose weight. And if you gain a new lifestyle of eating, you stop eating fast food, you stop eating garbage, you will maintain that weight loss for the rest of your life. You're just making up excuses now by blaming the diet industry because they're making money. But we already covered it on a previous video. Yeah, the diet industry, $72 billion. But guess how much the fast food industry made? The fast food industry alone made over $600 billion off of people last year alone in 2023. $600 billion. They're making trillions and trillions of dollars off of people. The fat industry is. And that doesn't include Coca-Cola. That doesn't include Twinkies. That doesn't include anything else. We're strictly talking fast food. They're making way more money off of people than anybody in the diet industry. So why don't you blame them instead of trying to come up with excuses so you don't have to diet? And that's what this whole thing is about, right? That's why you're blaming the diet industry. You're blaming diets because you don't even want to try. You don't even want to go on a diet. You don't want to lose weight because you're so addicted to food and the chemicals in the food that you don't even want to try. So it's society's fault for treating fat people a certain way. It's the diet industry's fault because you tried a diet and failed. It's everybody else's fault, but it's not yours. We are living in a time now where nobody wants to take personal accountability for their own actions. Anyways, everybody, that's my video for today. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know down in the comments what you think, even if you disagree with me. I really appreciate it. Leave a like, leave a comment, and subscribe if you've not done so. I'll see you guys next time. I love you. God bless you.